and gentlemen, welcome to EUBC Junior Boys and Girls European Boxing Championships Tbilisi 2021. Զվիրպասը կալոտարևոդը բատորենո կետիլիոս տվենի մոգձանևա EUBC Evropin skrivish championate Tbilisi Orientasosdaenti Chapuk Vajevsada Gogonev Shoris. Today is the semi-finals of the competition and we begin with the evening session with a bout number 216, ring A, weight category 48 kilograms. Დღეს არის შეჯიბრების მეშვიდე დღე და ჩვენ ვიწყებთ საღამოს სესიას 262 ბრძოლით. რინგი A, წონითი კატეგორია 48 კილოგრამი. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Turkey. წითელ კუთხეში გთხოვთ მივესალმოთ მოგრივეს თურქეთიდან იმერა ბალტა. And her opponent in the blue corner, representing Italy, the Missimozinagnege Lurch Kutkeshi, Italy's Tarmomadgeneli, Graziella Shnina. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Turkey, Imera Balta. Referee, Belgium, judges, Belarus, Romania, Russia, Finland, Croatia.
Bout number 272, ring B, weight category 48 kilograms. Olah SAMVEL ortabzol, ring B, წონითი კატეგორია 48 kilograms. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Turkey, Kartal REFIK.
So welcome everybody to the evening session here at the volleyball centre in Tbilisi, Georgia. We are starting in ring B with the light flyweights. This is REFIK Kartal making his way to the ring. And his opponent from Russia, MALIK SUGAIPOV. Both of these two national champions. Kartal 3 times in Turkey. SUGAIPOV, the reigning Russian champ. 12 fights to come your way in ring B over the course of the next couple of hours, 2.5 hours or so, I would say. Semi-finals day, so everybody you see here is guaranteed a bronze medal, is guaranteed $1,000 as well, but they'll be wanting to make finals day, which is upon us on Sunday, and have the opportunity to box for gold. So in this ring we've got light flyweights, then light bantamweights, featherweights, light welterweights, light middleweights and light heavyweights. Over in ring A, business is being taken care of by my colleague Ollie Wilson. Female fights in ring A this evening. 30 countries represented. Competition's been going for the best part of a week now. $224 fighters, male fighters, 111 female fighters. This is by far the biggest scale that this EUBC European Juniors competition has ever been on. So it's great to be here. It really is. Plenty of people in attendance, team members, officials, a few family members as well, getting behind the fighters. And so this opening fight, we've got SUGAIPOV of Russia in the blue, Kartal of Turkey in the red. think just waiting for everybody to be absolutely ready at ringside. So the fight gets underway. Kartal of Turkey in the red, boxing out of the orthodox stance. SUGAIPOV of Russia, a southpaw. These two just touching each other's lead hands, looking to try and land that right hand there, Kartal. Tall, rangy kind of a fighter, smearing kind of right there from Kartal. With his back to the ropes there, just plants his feet wide and tries to let those hands go. Dips to his right hand side when he throws that left hand there, SUGAIPOV. That's one thing that you notice. Left hand comes back there from Kartal, who tends to throw most of his punches quite wide. That straight right hand every now and again. Throws it a couple of times there, but again gets just pushed back up towards the ropes. Back to the ropes. Looks to try and fire back. Not a great deal clean has been landed by either one. Right to the chest there from SUGAIPOV. Plenty of intent here from Kartal, but the referee talking to him about landing with the inside of the glove. That's inevitably going to happen if you throw his punches as wide as he does, without ever really picking up the elbow. Nice short left hand there from SUGAIPOV, who hasn't thrown nearly as much, but has been more successful when he has. A good counter left hand came in there from him as well. Little glance to the corner there, SUGAIPOV. Looks to finish strong, but catches a couple of right hands there, then looks to really open out. There's that little dip to the right hand side as he tried to really shovel that left hand into the body. Good left hand to the body there from SUGAIPOV just to finish things off with. So probably a fairly tight round there in terms of the scoring. I would go SUGAIPOV. I thought that he did the overall better work, and three of the judges have gone with him. Split scoring, no great surprise. The work rate was there from Kartal, the intent was there, but the efficiency, the effectiveness wasn't really, I didn't think, and that's why I would have gone SUGAIPOV's way. But I can see how you would go to Kartal, or how you could go to Kartal in that round. So set up nicely for the two remaining rounds. SUGAIPOV looks quite a composed fighter. Kartal looks better when he throws straighter shots. When he's set up in a more kind of orthodox fashion, when he's more side on, he does that. When he gets backed up to the ropes and he plants his feet wide, really from that position, you're only ever going to end up throwing hooks, and he throws them really wide. Bit of head movement there from SUGAIPOV to start things off. Right hand from Kartal, but there comes that left back there from the Russian. Left to the body from SUGAIPOV. A point taken from the Turkish fighter for slapping, essentially. He's making contact with the inside of the glove, and that is a direct consequence of the fact that he's throwing those big wide shots left to the body. Good stabbing left to the body from SUGAIPOV, who has looked for that a few times in the opening stages of round two. So maybe a bit of advice from the corner there. A little bit of marking up on the left cheek there, I think, of the Russian fighter. Kartal has got it all to do here because he's dropped that point. He's got to go on and win this round now. If he loses it, then with the point deduction as well, he's in trouble. Lovely right hand there from Kartal. Just dipped to his right, flung it up from the waist. Best punch of the fight so far, probably. SUGAIPOV with a couple to the body, then looks to turn a right to the body into an uppercut. Kartal, though, is having good success here. Both of them are getting through. Good right hand there from SUGAIPOV. Really good action in round 2. Great stuff to watch. And not that easy to score. SUGAIPOV at the beginning of the round was in the ascendancy, and the point was taken at that. And at that stage, it looked to me like he could probably finish things in this round, open up such a wide gap that it would be impossible for Kartal to overturn it. But Kartal has come back well in the second half of that round, and he needs this round on the cards. And he hasn't got it. 10 lines across the board there from SUGAIPOV, and that means that he is 3 points clear with 2 of the judges, 1 point clear with the other 2, 3 points clear with 3 of the judges, I beg your pardon. The point deduction you can see at the bottom there on the red column. And in a 3-round fight, that can really kill you. So SUGAIPOV very much in control. I felt he did win that second round, but that Kartal came back well towards the end of it. So into the third. SUGAIPOV has got this one in the palm of his hand. Kartal's going to have to knock him out, really. Stop him. Good jab. Nice little jab there from Kartal. So say it's when he gets backed up towards the ropes and he stands with his back square on the ropes, his feet square, that's when it starts to go wrong for him a bit technically. Because as I said before, he then ends up just planting those feet and throwing big wide punches. Leads off with a left hook there. He's looking for that left to the body again there, SUGAIPOV. The right hand of Kartal just slipped over his shoulder. He avoided it well and then was looking for the left into the body. Long right hand there from SUGAIPOV was a good shot. Into the final minute. It's been a good fight, this. Final 30 seconds. Nice uppercut. Right to the body, then right uppercut from SUGAIPOV. Flamboyant right hand again there from SUGAIPOV. He just takes a trip to the canvas right at the very end of the fight, but he's got this one in his back pocket. Unassailable lead, really, with 3 of the judges going into that third and final round.
And the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from blue corner, SUGAIPOV MALIK, Russia.
So Malik SUGAIPOV goes through to the light flyweight final. Good display from him, convincing win. 10 lines across the board in the final round as well. So courtesy of a split scoring in round 1, that's 2 scores of 29 to 27, or 2 rounds to 1, and 3 scores of 30 to 26, or 3 rounds to 0. That point deduction at the bottom there, just widening everything out a touch. And he will face the winner of our next semi-final at light fly between SAMVEL Grigoryan and ORUJ Akhmedovi. Grigoryan boxing for Armenia, Akhmedovi in action for Georgia.
And her opponent in the blue corner, representing Russia, Tbilisi წინააღმდეგი ლურჯ კუთხეში რუსეთის წარმომადგენელი ვიქტორია შაროვა.
Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Armenia, Grigoryan SAMUELE. Grigoryan SAMUELE. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Georgia, Akhmedovi, ORUJ.
So big cheer here for Akhmedovi, Grigoryan of Armenia making his way to the red corner. Grigoryan beat Bruno Babac of Croatia in his previous fight. Akhmedovi, boxing for Georgia, got past Yuri Labchevsky of Israel in his previous fight. Pressure on these Georgian fighters, but it's the kind of pressure you want. You're at home, you're in familiar surroundings. This venue, the volleyball centre, right in the middle of the Olympic training centre in Tbilisi. The gymnastics centre is opposite the track and field, just round the corner. They'll be very familiar with these surroundings and support inside the arena for them as well. And it's the kind of stage that any fighter would want. You are under pressure to deliver, of course. There's that Georgian flag. Right slap bang in the middle of shot there, and the Armenian one to the right hand side as we look at it. So Grigoryan of Armenia in the red, boxing out of the orthodox stance of Georgia Akhmedovi there, the southpaw, looking to try and make a nice busy start. Trying to whip in that southpaw backhand, just moving that lead hand up, down, using it as a kind of distraction for Grigoryan, or at least trying to. There's a lot of movement going on here from Akhmedovi. Right up on his toes. Just moving in and out. Quite a sort of tense style that he's got about him. That can really burn nervous energy. And there will be some in these circumstances. Not nearly as much movement from Grigoryan. Keeping that more solid base. But he can get up on those tippy toes himself every now and again. Just on the edge of range, these two. Good left hand there, though, from Akhmedovi. Really stepped into that one. Shot it nice and straight down the middle. There's that 1-2 again. And Grigoryan is just getting caught on the end of that, and did again there. And his confidence is growing here, Akhmedovi, because Grigoryan isn't really doing too much to get out of the way of that. He took his feet back that time and pulled himself out of distance, but for the most part, he's holding his ground. And Akhmedovi has found that range really on the outside as he is there, but he knows when he steps in and really commits to it, he can make it reach. Got a left hand on his way in there though. The Georgian fighter. Bell goes at the end of round one. Good start from Akhmedovi on my card, and he gets it with 4 of the judges. Grigoryan gets it with the Estonian judge up at the top there. Had good success with the 1-2 there. Akhmedovi, and Grigoryan was a little bit of a, not a rabbit caught in the headlights exactly, but he seemed a touch frozen to the spot when his opponent just came in with that quite simple 1-2. It's one of the most effective combinations in boxing, of course. If you execute it correctly, then often there isn't that much your opponent can do about it. But Grigoryan's got to get off the punching line when Akhmedovi steps in and commits to that move. Otherwise, he's going to get hit. Short with the left hand that time, Akhmedovi. The crowd liked it, but it didn't land. Trying to lead off with a hook there, Grigoryan. There's that left. That was at least half blocked as well. Left to the body from Akhmedovi was effective. Reaching for that right hand. Grigoryan just can't get close enough, really, is his problem. He's slightly taller than Akhmedovi, but he's not got the same kind of speed with his feet, whereas Akhmedovi can dart in and out, launch those kind of raiding missions. Grigoryan is less able to do that. A good example of it there from Akhmedovi. Comes in, throws a rapid 1-2 and then pulls those feet back out. Foot speed, hand speed, very much the advantage here is with Akhmedovi. Into the final 30 seconds of the second round. Scoring again with that 1-2 there. It's nice and simple, but as I said, it's very effective, and he just doesn't really have time to react, I think, is the problem for Grigoryan. And the score's predictable, really. There wasn't any other way that you could have scored that round other than 10-9 in favour of Akhmedovi. So he pulls away into a clear 20 points to 18 lead with 4 of the 5 judges, 19 apiece with the judge at the top there from Estonia. So Akhmedovi's got this in the palm of his hand at the moment. I'm sure he'll want to finish nice and strong, but he doesn't need to go too crazy. Having said that, there is a day off tomorrow, so plenty of time to recover for all of these fighters. If he fancies really putting his foot to the floor in this third and final round. There's that 1-2 again. That didn't quite land clean, the left hand. But he's well set when he throws that. Good short right there from Grigoryan. think he's realising in this third and final round it's the only way to really deal with Akhmedovi here is just to punch when he punches. When you see him punch, you've got to go with him or beat him to the punch, because if you're going to try and react to him, he's going to come second best, generally speaking, because of that superior hand speed. And there's that 1-2. When he puts that 1-2 onto Grigoryan, Grigoryan just can't. The best he can do is block it. And quite often he hasn't been able to do that. Right to the body there from Grigoryan. He's had a better round in this third. But Akhmedovi's still the fighter on top here. There's that 1-2. Gloves were up there for Grigoryan. He would have blocked that combination, but he still moved him backwards. Had an effect. And good performance from ORUJ Akhmedovi in a clear win. So he will go through to the final on Sunday, where he will box for gold against MALIK SUGAIPOV of Russia. Clear win for Akhmedovi, 3-0 with Italy, Germany, Bulgaria and Hungary, 2-1 with Estonia. And he boxed well, boxed to a plan, executed it well, and that'll be a good fight between him and MALIK SUGAIPOV. A couple of southpaws, different kinds of styles. Difficult to pick a winner there. Posing for a few photos just down in front of me here at ringside. The Georgian team are busy because they've got another fighter in this next fight. We move into the light bantamweight division, and next up we've got DAVIT Japaridze of Georgia in with Italy's GAETANO Buonocore. Japaridze, the European schoolboy champion. Giving the ring a rub down whilst we watch the boxers heading for ring A. Just walk past us here. Russia and Italy making their way down to the ring that Ollie Wilson is commentating on. And this one will have Georgia and Italy.
Please welcome boxer from
So here comes Japaridze, representing Georgia, light bantamweight division, 52 kilos. Wending his way around the ring towards that red corner. Making a shorter journey to the blue corner, GAETANO Buonocore of Italy, national champion. Final instructions from the referee. Plenty of movement there from Buonocore. Punches the gloves of his opponent. Japaridze just bouncing on the balls of his feet back in that red corner. Buonocore looks absolutely ready to go here. I wonder if he'll just try and jump on Japaridze a little bit, quickly to the centre of the ring. He's got the height on the southpaw Georgian, the Italian, looking to try and pull the trigger with that right hand. Japaridze just darting in with a left. Stylistically, he's fairly similar on initial inspection to ORUJ Akhmedovi, who we've just seen. Southpaw stance, nice and light on those feet. Looks for that 1-2. Almost throws a reverse 1-2 at times, Buonocore. He's got that lead left hand held out in front of him where it should be, but he doesn't really use it. They tend to lead off with that right hand and then throw left off the back of that. So far, at least, anyway. Exactly what he did just there. Always slightly curious when you see a fighter who's got that kind of height and reach. He doesn't use that lead hand, doesn't really jab. Made to miss there, Buonocore, by Japaridze. Not much in this, heading into the final 20 seconds. Nice jab from Japaridze, just peeling it up from the waist. Left hand there from Buonocore. Whoever gets the first round in a 3-round fight can be absolutely critical, because it can make the other fighter chase the fight. Particularly if it's a tight round and you manage to get it with the majority of the judges. You know that you can just keep doing what you've been doing, whereas the other fighter might feel they need to change. Japaridze gets it across the board there. That was a close round, I thought. I'm not saying that's an incorrect set of scores, I'm just saying that was tight.
Seconds out.
So into round two. David Japaridze, Georgia, former European schoolboy champion, in the red. GAETANO Buonocore, Italy, in the blue. There's that kind of reverse 1-2 from Buonocore. Scored with the first one, got caught by a couple of shots as he closed in for the second one. All of that coming after a nice tidy start to the round from Japaridze. Nice left to the body from Japaridze. And again, like his compatriot, Akhmedovi commits to that 1-2, catches Buonocore a couple of times there. Buonocore trying to put it on Akhmedovi. Step to him, impose himself physically. But that's a nice accurate piece of work there from Japaridze. Couple of 1-2s in quick succession. Buonocore though did well there. Both times just managed to pull himself out of range, so neither one got through. Right hand there from Buonocore, just about made it to the target. Keeps adjusting his head guard every now and again. A distraction I'm sure he could do without. Made to miss with the right there, Buonocore. Japaridze is kind of oozing confidence in there at the minute, really. He's able to stay away from his opponent quite comfortably. Buonocore's pushing this as hard as he can, but Japaridze won that second round quite clearly. So 2 rounds to 0 for Georgia, having just watched one of their fighters go through. They're about to watch exactly the same thing happen here, because you cannot see Buonocore turning this around with 10-8. One punch can change everything. We've seen that in boxing numerous times down the years, but it would be an extraordinary effort for the Italian to turn the tables in this fight. So he's in blue. GAETANO Buonocore. David Japaridze of Georgia is in red. There's that left hand, straight down the middle. He's got those nice quick feet, Akhmedovi as well. He's difficult to catch. Buonocore has come wading forward on a number of occasions, but pinning him down is a tricky thing to do. Just that constant little in-out movement with the feet there, Japaridze. Just inches he's moving, in and then back out. So that weight is always just coming and going, coming and going. He can spring in the blink of an eye. He can spring back out equally quickly. It does mean that he's never all that set when he punches. But this is the juniors, and you don't find too many fighters who really sit down on their shots at this stage. Touch of gloves between the two at the end of the fight, and this will be another good win for the Georgian team.
red corner, Anastasia Kun, Russia. Anastasia Kun.
Ring B, and the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is a boxer from red corner,
Czech judge there giving that final round to Buonocore, so for that reason we've got a 29-28 from that particular judge. Everybody else has gone 3 rounds to 0, so 30 points to 27. So a pretty comfortable passage through there for Japaridze, who after a fairly tight first round opened things up in the second, and I thought took that third round pretty comfortably as well. Good performance from him, and he will await the winner of our next fight, which is Igor Koloskov of Russia, who's up against YEHOR KIRYLIUS of Ukraine. Russia against Ukraine, we've seen plenty of those battles over the course of today in both rings. Got another one coming, 2 more coming actually in ring B. Light middleweight, and then our final fight at light heavyweight.
Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Romania, Ana Maria Eroglu. And her opponent in the blue corner, representing Spain,
So I can see Igor Koloskov in the doorway just away to my left-hand side. That Russian flag bearer just ready to walk out ahead of him.
Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Russia, Koloskov YEHOR.
Koloskov, who beat Marcel of Poland by first round knockout in his previous fight. You don't see many of them. The 2021 Russian national junior champion. And here's YEHOR KIRYLIUS of Ukraine. He got past Jagri Fidan of Turkey by split decision 4-1 in the quarterfinals. So Koloskov of Russia, he's in the red. Fairly intense face-off between those two at the start of the fight there. KIRYLIUS of Ukraine in blue. And we'll have orthodox against southpaw here. Koloskov orthodox, KIRYLIUS southpaw. Both got pretty sharp, quick hands, these two, by the look of it. Nice jab there from Koloskov, and again just caught KIRYLIUS. been made to fall short a couple of times there, Koloskov, and then KIRYLIUS looking to try and come back with his left hand. This is a good fight. These two are evenly matched. Skillful fighters, a pair of them. Punches being thrown with a bit of spite here, with a bit of intent, and at times they're missing by fractions due to good defensive work from both of these two. Koloskov has been a bit busier, I would say. Right hand to the body there, just snuck through. Lead right from KIRYLIUS. Just disturbed the features slightly there of Koloskov. Another right hand from the Ukrainian. Nice right hand there from Koloskov. He was trying to find the left uppercut there, KIRYLIUS. That's why he kept his feet in there, and the right hand came back from Koloskov. Good round. Good round to watch. And Koloskov gets it 10-9 with all of the judges. I would make that right. He was the busier of the two. There are possibilities there for KIRYLIUS. Koloskov has maybe just got a slight edge on hand speed. They've both got quick hands. But it was Koloskov who was the more proactive of the two there. KIRYLIUS was trying to react to him. I think in the second round, KIRYLIUS has got to try and take a bit more initiative and lead off. See if Koloskov can react to him. So into the second. Immediately looks for the 1-2 there, KIRYLIUS. Slightly off balance as he throws it. And again, that second time, Koloskov just dipping in with that front foot, just feinting with it, trying to see if he can draw something from KIRYLIUS. He's always got that little bit of movement about him, Koloskov, which is pretty normal when you're talking about junior fighters. It's not too exaggerated, though. There's not a massive amount going on there. He's not burning energy. He's not flying all over the place. It's just a nice steady kind of beat or rhythm to it, then throws that left hand, that lead left hook. Right to the body from Koloskov, was then just caught with a left himself though. Up to the head from KIRYLIUS. Left hand on the inside from KIRYLIUS, but Koloskov came back with a right uppercut. Heads almost coming together there on the near side of the ring. Similar to the first round, this. Koloskov has got the look of the man here who has taken the initiative, who is controlling things in this fight. He's throwing more, he is getting through more. And KIRYLIUS, when he comes forward like that, he's found it difficult to get the distance, to get that range right.
Seconds out.
And another win for Koloskov there in round two with all 5 of the judges, so 20 points to 18 for all 5 of them. Look at that towel work there from the Ukrainian corner. That looks tiring enough by itself, to be honest with you. 60 seconds of that. I'm sure the fighter appreciates it. because they've got to send their man out to really do some damage in this third and final round. Over in the Russian corner, things would have been different. He's done exactly what he's needed to do so far, Igor Koloskov. As I said, he looks a good fighter. That first minute and a half of round one, I thought maybe KIRYLIUS would be able to match him, but Koloskov has established a rhythm which it's been very hard for KIRYLIUS to upset, to be honest with you. Hard though he's tried. Nice right hand there from Koloskov. The left just got through before that from KIRYLIUS, but the right hand from Koloskov was the better punch of the two. Good left hand there from KIRYLIUS, caught Koloskov as he was moving forward. He didn't blink though, the Russian, just took it. Deep into the final minutes of the fight. It's been a good watch. It's one of those fights where you just wonder whether there might not have been a little bit more to come from KIRYLIUS. I don't think there was or could have been, quite honestly, because I think Koloskov has dictated terms here and just hasn't really allowed KIRYLIUS to do any more than he's done. He has had some success in the Ukrainian though. Koloskov has got good variety, goes down to the body there with the right hand as we get into the final 10 seconds. And there goes the buzzer for the end of the fight. Fighters over to each other's corners to pay their respects. That's going to be a win for Igor Koloskov, and that'll be an interesting final between him and DAVIT Japaridze, because Koloskov is the kind of fighter like Japaridze who will look to try and dictate terms. He won't want to be the reactive fighter in there. He will be wanting to make the running. He won't be waiting for the other person to punch. He'll be wanting to get off first. So Koloskov through to the final, as I said, where he will meet DAVIT Japaridze of Georgia. That's in the light bantamweight division. So next we will go up to 57 kilos and the featherweight division. 13 different weight divisions in the juniors, all exactly the same for the male and female athletes. Starts at pin weight down at 46 kilos, goes up to heavyweight, which is 80 plus. All these fighters 15 or 16 years old. Once you get beyond that, you're into the youth stages. European Youth Championships, I believe, coming up in September time.
And her opponent in the blue corner, representing Russia,
In our first semi-final at featherweight, we'll see ABDULSAMET Eroglu of Turkey up against LEVENTE Olah of Hungary, who is a man that people have been talking about because he's on a serious run in form. He's unbeaten in 2021. He's had an enormous number of stoppages in that time. 2 stoppages in this competition so far as well. So keen to get a look at him. Just see Eroglu just poised and ready to come out. Away to my left-hand side. They keep these fights turning over nice and quick. You know, almost down to the minute when you're going to be on.
Eroglu ABDULSAMET. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Hungary.
ABDULSAMET of Turkey making his way to the red corner. Here comes LEVENTE Olah, three-time national champion. Got a bronze at the European Schoolboys a couple of years ago. And as I said, is a man in prime form. He'll be full of confidence, but you always have to maintain that kind of relationship with your own self-confidence, if you like. You can't allow it to tip over and become overwhelming. You still need that edge of fear every time you compete, that fear of losing, I mean. That's what keeps you sharp and keeps you ready. And this is a semi-final. So Eroglu of Turkey in the red, Olah of Hungary in the blue. Let go of the big right hand there, Eroglu right from the start. Olah trying to use that upper body movement, no knockdown, says the referee. Came kind of flying in a little bit there, Olah. I think maybe his feet disappeared from underneath him. Looking to bob and weave, Olah. Leads off with a left uppercut there, almost landed it. It's a high-risk punch, but he almost got home with it, and that shows you that he's high on confidence. He's got good upper body movement, dips low at the knees, tries to keep that trunk moving from side to side. Hasn't landed all that much so far, though. Eroglu's dealt with him well enough. Looking to try and climb into a left hand there. Olah, he's a kind of fighter, he puts plenty on his punches. Good left hand on the inside. Generates that kind of power from the core, that bob and weave style. Comes in quite square on at times. Walks in there looking to try and rip with a left hand. Leads off with a left. Right to the body there from Olah. Heading into the final 10 seconds of the round. Nice short right hand on the inside. Straight left hand, and he's begun to dominate things more as the round progressed there. LEVENTE Olah trying to put that educated pressure on his opponent, and he takes it across the board there. That was, by the end of the round, a pretty clear round win for the Hungarian. He's got quite a pro style actually for somebody so young. I said there's a lot of upper body movement. Trying to move that head on the way in, trying to vary his height. And what he wants to do is get into range and do some damage, you can see that. So into the second round. ABDULSAMET Eroglu of Turkey in the red, LEVENTE Olah of Hungary in the blue. I mentioned this run that he's on from the start of the year. I was talking to an AIBA boxing aficionado earlier on, and I think he said it was 16 of his last 17 that he's managed to win by stoppage, including 2 in this tournament. Or something like that. Looking for a left to the body there. Eroglu just dipping very, very low at the weights, looking to try and get himself a breather, because Olah is all over him here. He's all over him. As I say, he just swarms you. But it's educated pressure, because he's making himself difficult to hit. Heading towards the midway point of the fight. And Eroglu's in survival mode here now, and he's going to get a point taken away if he's not careful. Well, there goes the point, so he hasn't been too careful. As I say, he's midway through the fight, and he's looking for the finishing tape already. It's a long way into the distance at the minute, and he's trying to do whatever he can to get through this. I think Olah probably punches pretty hard, because although Eroglu's not ever looked really hurt, what he's doing at the moment bears all the hallmarks of somebody who has been hit hard, because he's scared to open up, basically. Good left hand there from Olah. He looks to trade a little bit more there, Eroglu, but the reason he's looking to hold as much as he is and slow things down as much as he is and just try and spoil the fight as much as he can is because he knows that when the fight is on, if you like, and particularly if he tries to open up himself, then he's got problems. 10-8s there, 3 10-8s, and I can understand that. And then there's the point deduction as well, so he's an absolute mile ahead here, Levente Olah now. It's just a question really of whether he can force a stoppage in this third and final round. Eroglu's hanging in there. I used that phrase about somebody else earlier today, and that's what he's doing. He's not able to do much more than that. You speak to boxers about this kind of situation where you dare not really open up too much, because you know that when you do, you're going to get hit. And when you get hit by this particular opponent, it's not good news. That's the situation he's in. You can see it. Again, there goes that movement, just dips those knees, drops that height, keeps that head on the move. And another point goes for holding right at the start of the round. Olah just leaps across the ring. Let's go with that left. He needs to try and give himself some room here, Olah, because he's in with an opponent who is absolutely trying to spoil. He's doing everything he can to negate and thwart the Hungarian fighter. Anything he can think of. He's sailing close to the wind because he's had 2 points taken, and if the referee feels that that is all that he's interested in, then he could disqualify him. Another point goes for holding, and he has stopped the fight, as I suspected he might, and it's another win inside the distance there for Levente Olah. And he just ground Eroglu down. There wasn't any one single punch that really brought a discernible reaction from the Turkish fighter, but there must be some real power there from Levente Olah, because, as I said, from the midway point onwards, he was just trying to spoil and run down the clock and get through. So that's Olah through to the final in the featherweight division, and he will fight either Konstantin Kostov of Bulgaria or Ivan CHINDYKOV of Russia, who are up next.
Bout number 277, ring to be weight category 57 kilograms. Olah 78 ortaptsova, ringi B, twenty category almost 20 kilogram. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Bulgaria, Kostov Konstantin.
So here comes Konstantin Kostov of Bulgaria, beat Georgios Playas of Greece by split decision 4-1 in the quarter-finals. And following him into the ring, heading for the blue corner, is Ivan Chindykov of Russia. He got past Saba Eromeshvili of Georgia on a split 3-2 in the quarters, and that is a good win, not to be underestimated, taking on a Georgian fighter on home turf, getting the decision by the narrowest of margins. So these two called to the middle. Kostov of Bulgaria in the red corner, Chindykov Russia in the blue. So two orthodox fighters here. Kostov immediately just stoops in, looking for a jab to the body. Again, Kostov just kind of climbing into a left to the body there. Chin came up a bit when he threw that left, and again there really, that's something that Chindykov I'm sure will be interested in. He lets that left hand go a lot. Right hand down the middle there from Chindykov. I don't know if that got through absolutely clean, but it wasn't far away. He's looking for that right, Chindykov. Left hand thrown from around the waist there from Kostov. Got through to the jaw there of Chindykov. Chindykov again lining up that right. He hasn't really managed to land it yet. He nearly has a couple of times, and that's what's kept him so interested in it. I think he feels that Kostov is open for it. He does carry that left hand very low. As you saw there, he hooks with that left. He led off with the hook and brings it back around the waist. So there's really nothing protecting him there apart from his reflexes. Jab to the body. There's that right hand up top from Chindykov, and that one did land, maybe around about the neck, and I think he got through with another one and another one. A right came back there from Kostov. This is an entertaining fight so far. Into the last 10-15 seconds, it's getting better and better as the round progresses. Left to the body there from Chindykov. Kostov has taken 2 or 3 pretty big shots in that first round, maybe more than that, and he's shown no ill effect. I wonder which way the judges will go with this. We've got split scoring, which doesn't really surprise me. 3 judges go in favour of Kostov, 2 in favour of Chindykov. Not absolutely sure which way I would have gone with that, because Kostov was the busier of the 2. He was quite open. Chindykov did catch him clean a number of times, and maybe for that reason I would have just by a hair have gone with Chindykov, but it was that kind of a round.
And the winner of this bout by split decision is a boxer from red corner, Germany.
So this one's set up nicely after that first round. Kostov with some good upper body movement there. That was neat work defensively. Backed up to the ropes, just moved that head, rolled away to his right. Again, just caught standing up a little bit tall there. The left hand got through from Chindykov. I think from Chindykov's point of view, Kostov is that open at times. He might kind of always feel like he's just one punch away from doing some serious damage, and that surely he's going to land it at some point. It hasn't quite happened. He has landed some clean shots, but Kostov has soaked them up. Left to the body. Good body work there from Chindykov, and the right to the body as well, and the Russian corner enjoyed that. He was trapped back on the ropes there, Kostov, and he just didn't really have anywhere to go. Another left into the body. I think that's working quite well, because he gets on top of Kostov there, and a little bit of gas seems to have gone out of the tank of the Bulgarian. The referee just warning him, I think, about pushing his opponent off into the ropes, but if you can pin him onto the ropes, set those legs wide, not really offer him a chance to get out other than to fight his way out, then that's fair enough. Right hand there from Kostov. Did catch Chindykov, but it didn't do too much to discourage him. Just flicking with a jab there, Kostov, but he's backed up quite quickly into those ropes. And again, he's looking to work the body there, Chindykov. Bell goes at the end of the round, and well, a bit of a shift in momentum there. Chindykov with 10-9s across the board. That was definitely his round. But set up nicely going into the third and final round. So Chindykov has got a good lead with 2 of the judges, but the other 3 cards are level at 19 apiece. So Kostov needs to take all of those. He needs all 3 of those. That will give him 3 cards, and that's enough. Chindykov needs to convert one of those 2 drawn cards into a 29-28 win for him, or better. And then he will go through to the final. As I said, the momentum is with Chindykov now. Kostov, he looked like he tired in that second round. I think some of those body shots that he was looking for there, Chindykov, have taken some gas out of the tank. They're just trying to revive him almost in that red corner there, just slapping his forearms, his thighs, his calves, just telling him he's got 2 minutes here to really set about his business. And he's still got a chance of making it to the final, but he immediately walks onto a volley of punches there from Chindykov, who digs those toes in, throws the right and then looks to try and follow it with a left to the body. The referee's had a chat with both of them a couple of times. This would not be the time to lose a point, particularly if you're Chindykov. Nice right hand off the back foot there from Kostov. That was much better. Threw a left hand, rolled away to the right. A bit of vitality is back here from the Bulgarian. Landed a pretty smoking right hand on Chindykov there too as he came forward. Good left hand there from Kostov as he looked to come forward there, Chindykov, and 45 seconds to go. The Russian corner just asking him to jab a little bit. Kostov has found a second wind here after a poor start to the round. I thought he could be done and dusted, but he's found a second wind, and if he can take this on those 3 drawn cards, and he's got a chance at the moment, he's definitely got a chance, then he can win this fight still. He needs to finish strong here though. Chindykov just looking a little bit tired himself now, a little bit clumsy heading into the stretch. I make this a Kostov round. It's just whether those 3 judges who had it tied up at 19 apiece agree with me. Good right hand there from Kostov, and a lovely combination off the ropes, and then moves away to his right. Fantastic final round from Kostov. For me it was, at least anyway. I thought that was a terrific effort from him because he looked in trouble in that second round. He really did. As I said, the momentum had shifted, and it absolutely had. At the start of that third round, it looked like it was going to be more of the same, but then he found something. The corner were asking him for it before the start of that round, and he found it. For me, he's won that round, but he needs to get it with all 3 of those judges who had it 19 apiece. If he can, he'll go through by split decision. If Chindykov gets it with just one of them, then he will win it. There's no case for a 10-8 there for Kostov, I don't think.
And the winner of this bout by split decision is a boxer from blue corner.
Well, Chindykov gets it. Chindykov gets it. It's 3-2. So those scores, those 3 scores that he needed, Kostov, he got 2 of them. He got 2 of them. He won it with the majority of the judges there. 10-9 with 3 of them. The other 2 went 10-9 to Chindykov. Good fight, really good fight, close fight. I think he's a bit unlucky there, Kostov, just with the scoring of the final round, because I thought he won that final round. I thought he won that final round quite clearly, but great fight, great fight. And Chindykov goes through to the final. So that sees us halfway through this evening's session. So we now know our finalists in the light flyweight, light bantamweight and bantamweight divisions. Next up we go into the light welters, 63 kilos. And heading for the red corner here, representing Israel, is ADHAM KAYOUF. He'll be up against the Italian SAMUELE GUGLIOTTA. So Italy have a good finals day in the under-22s in Roseto a few weeks ago, hosting the tournament. It's become a popular venue, as has this one. photo. KAYOUF of Israel in the red corner, Gugliotta, Italy in the blue. It's Gugliotta who's got the advantage here in height and the reach that will come with it. They almost look a weight division apart, these two, actually, when you look at them in the ring there. Gugliotta's got good quick hands. Throws that 1-2 there. Looking for the jab. Gugliotta just kind of pecking with it, not putting too much on it. Doesn't really need to. He can keep this on the outside if he's clever enough. Just use that jab, throw that 1-2. He doesn't really need to take too many risks doing that because, as I say, he's got a significant reach advantage on KAYOUF, who's got to try and do something to get inside it, which will start with moving that head. At the minute, he's just staying right on the punching line. KAYOUF, he's not getting tagged continually clean and hard necessarily, but this is more where he'll want it. But as he managed to back Gugliotta up a bit there, that was the point at which he really needed to try and let his hands go. Gugliotta with a good combination as he forced KAYOUF back towards the ropes. End of the first round that Samuele Gugliotta dominated, and that's reflected in the scorecards. KAYOUF has got to come up with some kind of a plan here, because otherwise he's going to get very little change out of Gugliotta, who kept that pretty much on the outside for the majority of that round. KAYOUF couldn't really get near him.
And the winner of this bout by split decision is a boxer from blue corner,
Gugliotta again just flicking that lead hand, looks for the uppercut there, trying to set that right hand up with the left. Catches KAYOUF solid with the right hand there. KAYOUF getting closer, looking to, as I said, just let those hands go, and he does have to do that. It was the right thing to do, but he just got caught by a right as he was opening out. Looking for that uppercut again there, Gugliotta. KAYOUF trying to ditch in a right hand around the back of the guard. Has a quick look at the referee, which is never a great sign. Left on the inside from KAYOUF was a decent shot up close. And look for the uppercut again there, and he's having a bit more joy here, KAYOUF. Gugliotta just bangs his gloves together, but this isn't the kind of fight that he needs to be fighting here. He can just keep this on the outside and win this fight. Doesn't need to let KAYOUF into it. I say let him into it. That's disrespectful of the Israeli fighter who has worked hard to try and get into that kind of range. He's taken some solid shots, but Gugliotta does not need to conduct this kind of fight and fall into this sort of trap, if you want. It's still his round. The judges in agreement with that, but there's only one way this can go wrong for him, really, and that's if he walks onto something. There's no real sign that he's going to. There's no big warning beacons flashing there telling you that KAYOUF has got fight-ending power. But I think that Italian corner will just be telling him that he's got a final in a couple of days' time. He's 2 rounds to nil up. That's going to see him through here. 2 more minutes. Have a nice rest tomorrow. No need to do anything silly in this next round. Again, trying to tee up that right hand. Almost got it through there, Gugliotta. Not quite. Using the ring well, the Italian. Keeping KAYOUF turning, but caught a left hand there. Standing quite tall. A bit too upright. Left hand got through. The referee talking to KAYOUF rather about hitting with the inside of the glove, about slapping essentially, but he got caught with a legit punch there, it seemed to me. Just offering the head there, Gugliotta. KAYOUF came with a left hand and he pulled it back. Good distance on the 1-2 there from the Italian. And he's doing the sensible thing. Just boxing out this round. He's got this one in the bag because he's 2 rounds to nil up with all 5 judges. So even if he drops that final round, which he won't, I don't think, then he's won the fight. And we'll go through to Sunday's final. Gugliotta gets it, some split scoring in that final round. Well, one judge going for Gugliotta in that final round, the others going for KAYOUF, so he gets some change out of the judges. I thought Gugliotta still did enough to win that round. It was by far the best round of the fight that KAYOUF had, which has maybe tipped it over the edge into his favour for the judges, but it's Gugliotta who makes his way through. A convincing win.
Seconds out.
And GUGLIOTTA will be up with the winner of our next fight, which sees another Georgian fighter, Mamuka Sartanya, up against Ivan Tikhonov of Russia. So Sartanya got past Yura Bablumyan of Armenia 4-1 in the quarterfinals. Difficult fight for him this though, because Tikhonov of Russia beat a good fighter in Ivan Kucharenko of Poland 5-0 in his last 8 fight, and is a former European junior silver medalist. So has made it to the final in this competition before. Physically, Tikhonov looks well developed for a 15, 16-year-old. Quite a wide back. Sartanya, as you see him step between the ropes on the other side of the ring, it still has that more kind of boyish look to him. These are boys, but everybody, I think, is well aware that at these kinds of ages particularly, there can be quite a big difference between one 15, 16-year-old and another. Different rates of development and all of that. It's a time of your life where you can change physically a lot in the space of a short period of time. And when you look at the two of them in the centre of the ring there is, I would say, a little bit of a difference between them. It's not that big, it's just something you notice when you're watching these things from ringside. So Sartanya of Georgia, he's in the red. Tikhonov of Russia, he's in the blue. Goes southpaw Tikhonov. Wants to try and lead off with the right hand. A 1-2 from Sartanya. Tikhonov just manoeuvring Sartanya back into the corner there. He's been quite sparing with his punching so far, Tikhonov. Nice 1-2 from Sartanya. He's looking to try and get Sartanya where he wants him and then let his hands go. You can see that. There's a little bit of damage, I think, around the left eye there of Sartanya. I think he fancies his chances here, Tikhonov, of being able to land something big, and he's maybe just looking for a big single shot a little bit too much. Left to the body was a good punch, and then moved in behind it there, the Russian. Seconds remaining in the round. And Tikhonov continues to prowl, left to the body there. Nice right hand on the inside, good hand speed from the Russian, that was impressive. Clip the chin there of Sartanya, who's a little bit too willing to give ground and retreat to the corner at times. And Tikhonov is doing a good job of kind of corralling his man around the ring. A moment ago he was in the neutral corner, now he's back in the blue corner. And he caught a solid looking right hand there as well. He's just dictating this with his feet really more than anything else, Tikhonov. As I said, he didn't throw that many punches in the first round, particularly in the first minute or so, but he just got his opponent to go where he wanted him to go. 10-9s across the board there for Tikhonov. I'll be interested to see if he'll look to try and ramp things up in rounds 2 and 3. He looks capable of it. Sartanya representing Georgia, remember. There's that flag in the crowd in the background. He's up against it a little bit here. Tikhonov just tilts a little bit to the left-hand side when he's in the orthodox stance. Like he's lining up that right hand to try and shoot it straight down the middle. Quick right there from Tikhonov. Nice looking jab as well. There's that left to the body. He's used that often when he's had his man back towards the corner. Sartanya doing okay in this round though. He wasn't overwhelmed in the first round. But I did wonder whether in this second Tikhonov might just look to try and turn the screw a bit. Sartanya's managing to stay out of trouble for the most part, but it's still the Russian who is dictating terms. Nice right hand there though from Sartanya. Just inching forward, Tikhonov, looking for that right hand. Final couple of seconds of the round. Overhand right came arcing in there from Tikhonov, didn't quite land. One judge there giving that to Sartanya, so that's 19-19 with our Israeli judge at ringside. Everybody else is 20 points to 18, so Tikhonov in a handy lead. So Ivan Tikhonov of Russia with one foot in the final here. Mamuka Sartanya of Georgia boxing in front of a home crowd is going to fall short unless he can find some inspiration in this remaining 2 minutes. Tikhonov just switching between orthodox and southpaw pretty fluently. Left hand there from Sartanya. Again, just backing him up to the corner here, Sartanya. As I said, Tikhonov has got good feet. He's on you, that front foot kind of pressure, whichever stance he's in, just manoeuvring you. Never that far away, always within range. And Sartanya, most of the punches he's thrown are what you might describe as don't hit me punches. He's just trying to keep Tikhonov off him. There's not a great deal of intent or belief really about his work. It might sound a little bit harsh because it's not like he's been belted around the ring here. He hasn't been, but Tikhonov is just dominated without having to throw all that much. Which is always impressive. And it will be Ivan Tikhonov who goes through to the final, where he'll be in with Samuele GUGLIOTTA of Italy. Good performance, that from the Russian. You get the sense there is more to come. We will see on Sunday. Tikhonov gets it. Israeli judge finding that final round in favour of Mamuka Sartanya as well, which gives the fight to Sartanya. I was in line with the other three who went 30 points to 27 in favour of Tikhonov. So through he goes by a split decision of 4-1. We have light middleweights and light heavyweights remaining. 4 more fights left in Ring B. Rest day tomorrow, remember, and then finals day on Sunday.
Bout number 280, Ring B, weight category 70 kilograms. Oraz meotzmece ortamcon, Ring B, twenty category 70 kilograms. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Ukraine,
Maxim Naumov making his way to the ring, and this is our first semi-final in the light middleweight division. Bronze medalist at the European Schoolboys in 2019, 6-time national champion in his brief career so far. Well, we're waiting for Mohadan Makuri of Russia to make it into the blue corner. A little bit late arriving, just looking at the doorway away to my left-hand side. Oh, there he is. There he is. That's a relief, because this should be a good fight. Ukraine against Russia. Makuri, a 2-time national champion himself. .70 kilos light middleweight. We saw Igor Koloskov get past YEHOR KIRYLIUS. That was a victory for Russia over Ukraine at light bantamweight earlier on. Now we've got Maxim Naumov in the red, boxing for Russia, up against Mohadan Makuri. Naumov of Ukraine, I beg your pardon, he's in the red. Makuri of Russia in the blue. Slightly physical earlier on. Throwing big wide punches so far, Naumov. Macari being told to keep his head up there by the referee. Does have more of a crouch style. Naumov more of an upright kind of a fighter. Boxing out of the southpaw stance now, Macari. Both travelling at pace towards each other there and met in the middle. Left hand snuck through on the inside there, I think, as Macari managed to get Naumov set back into the ropes a touch. Final 10 seconds of the opening round. Not a lot to pick between the two of them in that opener. Not all that much landed clean. The bottom judge there from Azerbaijan has gone for Naumov. Everybody else has gone for Macari. So a handy advantage for him at the end of round one. Didn't really feel either of the two of them settled in that opening 2 minutes. 2 minutes is not a long time. They're kind of working quite hard on Macari in the corner there, the Russian corner. Maybe they feel that he's feeling the effects of the tournament of the last few days, that maybe he's just a little bit lethargic in there. That could be the case for the pair of them. It's hard graft, hard work, tournament boxing. Looking for the left hand there, Macari. And it's Naumov who needs to turn things around in this second round as a result of that scoring in the first. Right hand came back there from Macari. Naumov, it's kind of interesting to watch. He doesn't really commit. Left hand there from Macari. He's got the height and the distance on Macari, Naumov, but even when he's throwing his jab or throwing that 1-2, he's almost pulling off the punch as he throws it. Good example there. He's almost trying to get out and away before he's even given the chance, given the punch really a chance of landing. And that is not going to keep Macari off him, and Macari knows it. You see him swaggering across the ring there towards Naumov. I think he can almost smell his kind of apprehension, his fear, if you like. I would never accuse any fighter of being afraid, but it is that kind of dynamic. Every time he throws, he's almost taking the punch back as soon as he sent it. Fighters, when they're in there, they feel these kinds of things. They feel them keenly. And Macari's got the look of a man who does not feel that his opponent can do him any damage. No knockdown there, according to the referee. I think he felt that was a bit more of a push, and maybe the feet just got a bit tangled up. He tripped over his own feet there, possibly. Naumov, bell goes at the end of the round. Well, 10 lines with 4 out of the 5 judges there. And interestingly, that makes it 19 apiece on 2 cards, 20 points to 18 on the other 3. So Macari in control, because he's got 3 out of 5 cards, and even if Naumov were to be able to turn this round around and win it rather with all 5 of the judges, it wouldn't be enough. That would still see him go down on a 3-2 split. The referee telling him to keep his head up there. He doesn't need to lose a point here, Macari. That could be bad news. So he needs to just be slightly cautious. It doesn't take a lot for judges to take points, and he's being a bit more adventurous, a bit bolder in this round so far, Naumov. I think he knows if he wants to go out and get this, it's going to take something big from him. But closing down his own space there, just being a touch too eager actually on that occasion, if anything. Good lead right hand there from Macari. Naumov has had more joy in this round because he's just taken a few more chances. He's committed to his punches so much more. You see him step in and really throw that right hand. Sometimes a good example of it there. That was a good right hand. He saw that just move Macari. Left hand there from Macari caught Naumov, and he took it. He took it fine. I think he might just regret this a bit, Naumov, when we get to the end of this, because, as I said, even if he wins his final round, and he may win this final round, he may very well win that final round, he's still going to go down 3-2 on the split. And I think he might just regret not having a bit more confidence in himself. It's as simple as that. First couple of rounds, as I said, he had the look of a man who was trying to stay out of trouble more than win the fight. That final round there, he kind of forgot those fears and just went out to try and let his hands go and win the round. And for me, he did win that final round. So he gets it, and it's 4-1. So that final round, split scoring again. 2 judges going to Naumov, 3 going to Macari. I would have sent the nod Naumov's way in that final round. I could be guilty there maybe of giving him that final round because it was clearly his best round of the fight. I said earlier on I thought the judges might have done that themselves in one of the fights we've seen, so I can't claim that I'm immune from it. But it's a win there, 4-1 in favour of Mokadam Macari of Russia. Now, who will he be up against in Sunday's final? That's the question we now need to answer. Our next fight will give us that answer. It's between Titiano Guglielmin of Italy and Georgi Natroshvili of Georgia.
Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Italy,
So in comes Guglielmin, beat Sayel Julius of Israel 5-0 in the quarterfinals, a European schoolboy champion. Big cheer for Georgi Natrashvili. Beat Karamanuzun of Germany by unanimous decision. He's a national champion, a winner of the Montenegro Cup. And we'll be looking to capitalise on this home venue, just having some water thrown in his face there by the coaching staff as he gets ready to go into the ring. They towel him down, he'll walk up the steps and then they'll have to put on that head guard. Sound just echoing around this cavernous room, it really is. This is the volleyball centre at the Olympic Training Park, Olympic Training Complex in Tbilisi, Georgia. Huge room, kind of vaulted ceiling. And dignitaries arriving at ringside. Umar Kremlev, the IEBA president, just taking his seat away to my right-hand side. It's been a very interesting presidency so far with these tournaments that have been hosted, the coverage that has been provided, the prize money that has been involved and been on offer, the help that's been given to the host nations. It's been a good start, but a very positive start. News this week that the weight categories have been redrawn for the seniors, coming into effect on August the 1st for IEBA boxing. Good right hand there, nice right hand from Natrashvili. And this is a lively fight. These two just standing square and looking to trade here. It's Natrashvili at the minute who's getting the better of it, and Gugliotta, I'm not sure if this is a wise policy from him, to be honest, because there is a distinct winner when they're up close and throwing there. And it's Natrashvili. And the big right hand there, Gugliotta didn't quite manage to land it. But this is a hot pace. Nice jab there though from Gugliotta. He'll need that. That sneering kind of swiping left hand coming in from Natrashvili, who's got nice quick hands on the inside, good left there. Plants those feet. Keeps his man in the corner and looks to try and work him over. Decent head movement there from Grigoryan, but as he rolled away to his right at the top of that roll, he caught a left hand. And you can just hear the crowd getting behind the Georgian fighter. Natrashvili is going into overdrive here in that opening round. The punch output in that 2 minutes was absolutely sensational. Well, the scores go 10-9 to Natrashvili 3 times and 2 10-9s to Gugliotta. That was a clear Natrashvili round, I felt. Gugliotta staying on his feet over on the far side of the ring. I haven't seen too many people doing that today. Good conditions for boxing actually, as I said, outside about 27-28 degrees. It takes a lot to heat up an arena like this, so inside it's actually quite cool. Into the second round. Nice right hand there from Gugliotta. Really sat down on that one, but Natrashvili again just looks to steam in, and Gugliotta really putting some heat on his punches here. I think he feels that he's got to try and answer Natrashvili here, but again, as they get up close there, Natrashvili just finds really good range. Nice left uppercut, and he's getting the better of this again. Left to the body there from Natrashvili. He's just that little bit shorter, and he's finding his range that little bit better. It's about fractions often, boxing, particularly at this kind of level, and he's just that 2 or 3 inches closer in. His feet just that little bit closer, and it's allowing him to get really good purchase on the punches. Right hand there though from Guglielmin, who was just slogging this out with him. Short left on the inside. Natrashvili turning southpaw here, Guglielmin. Looking to rip to the body there, the Georgian. He's in the blue, Guglielmin of Italy in the red. Referee telling Guglielmin to keep his head up into the final 30 seconds of the round. Again, just sets his feet nicely there. Real solid base to punch off there, Guglielmin. Does the same again with that right. He can dig, he definitely can, but Natrashvili has managed to take whatever he's been given. And there's not been a huge amount in this round. Very competitive, but again for me I think it's a clear enough win, a clear enough round win for Natrashvili. Lovely combination on the inside there from the Georgian. Good fight to watch this, very, very good fight to watch. And 10 lines across the board there for Natrashvili, so he has got a 20-18 lead on 2 of the cards. The other 3 are level on 19 apiece, so the door is still open here for Guglielmin, but he's got to win with all 3 of those judges. Our judges from Hungary, Estonia and Ukraine. If he can take it with all of them, then he'll win this on a 3-2 split. Those 2 2018s, they're in Natrashvili's pocket, you would say. It's difficult to see Grigoryan coming out and winning this final round 10-8. Not impossible, but difficult. So through the final round of what has been a very, very entertaining fight so far. Guglielmin with a big left hand there, and these two just trading as they have done right from the start. Guglielmin landed a big bomb there with his left, and you can see Natrashvili just rock back onto his heels, but he managed to take it. Tremendous shot. The Georgian coming back with a combination of his own. Almost just leaning on each other, heads on each other's shoulders, and just pouring out those punches, letting those hands go. He knows he needs something big in this final round here, Guglielmin. He knows he needs it with those 3 judges who have got it level, just digging those toes in, leaning in and trying to find that uppercut. Natrashvili showed a very solid chin taking that left hand, and Guglielmin has shown us a solid set of whiskers in this fight as well, and they're both again just pumping out those gloves. Solid punches being landed there. Big effort with the left to the body from Guglielmin. You see his head shudder as the uppercut lands from Natrashvili. Into the final minute. This has been an absolutely terrific fight. Both of them just landing sturdy 1-2s. Right hand there from Natrashvili into the final 30 seconds. He had 2 cards giving him a 2-point lead heading into the final round. The other 3 were 19 apiece. Guglielmin needs to win every single one of them, but it's not impossible. It's a close round, this. He's maybe landed the biggest single shots, but the greater volume possibly has come from Natrashvili. I don't know though, that is close. That is close. You would have to say that Natrashvili is the is the favourite to win the fight just because of the position of the scorecards going into that final round. But that was a close final round. A close final round. And it is not impossible that Guglielmin could get that with those 3 judges that he needs it with. It could happen. Brilliant fight. Absolutely brilliant fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is a boxer from blue corner.
So he gets it. He gets it, Natroshvili, and he dominates the scoring in round 3. And that gives him a unanimous decision win. I thought that was still in the balance at the end of that 3rd round. I thought that 3rd round was tight. I think you could have given it to either of them, personally. I think you could have given it to either of them. So no issue there with Natroshvili getting through and winning that fight. I think on the balance of the 3 rounds, he was the better man. But it was a brilliant fight, an absolutely brilliant fight. And the crowd really responding to that and giving a warm round of applause to the Italian as he leaves the arena too, as they absolutely should. Great to see, great to hear. They gave it absolutely everything. That's the best fight I've seen so far today. It was wonderful stuff from beginning to end. So now we're going to the light heavyweight division, 80 kilos. Mateo Pejic of Croatia making his way in, a European silver medalist. And boxing for Romania, moseying into the blue corner, Angelo Teodorescu, European schoolboy silver medalist, former winner of the Junior Nations Cup as well. Romanian team up at the top of the stand there. A couple of Romanian flags. So we've got Pejic of Croatia in the red, Teodorescu of Romania in the blue. Both of these two having earned medals in European competition before. So into the first round, Teodorescu quickly into the centre of the ring and quick to throw a meaningful combination there. Pejic looking to set his feet and trade back. He doesn't want to let Teodorescu get on top of him right from the start of the fight here, and Pejic just using his feet well there actually. Just gave himself a little bit of room, a touch of distance, and cracked Teodorescu with a couple of decent shots. Straight right hand from the Romanian, but Pejic again looks to try and answer back. Very quick start to the fight from the man in blue, but it's the man in red who I think is possibly adjusted to it a little bit better. But having said that, that was a good attack from Teodorescu, and then very naughty, throwing a punch when he absolutely wasn't supposed to. He can't be doing any more of that, or the referee will take a point. Looking for the left of the body there, but Teodorescu had dropped his elbows nicely to protect himself, so he went up top, went to the head, had a little bit more joy with that method of attack there. Pajic, a bit short with the right hand there, Teodorescu, but commits to it. It's certainly been a committed offensive performance here from Teodorescu so far. He's been aggressive in this opening round. He has had some success. The better boxing, I think, has maybe come from Pajic, but that could be enough to take the round. That could definitely be enough to take the round. That heavy combination right at the conclusion of it there for Teodorescu. Right hand followed by left, caught him standing a bit tall. And 4 judges go Teodorescu's way, as would I, due to that strong finish. Our Israeli judge goes for Mateo Pajic. Up until that point, it was kind of in the balance because, as I said, I thought the better boxing really came from Pajic, but the more aggression came from Teodorescu. In terms of what had been landed, there wasn't a great deal in it. And then right at the end there, Teodorescu just took it away with 2 big, heavy shots. Leading off that left again there, Teodorescu. And he's caught Pajic early in the round there again. And as he backs up, Pajic, he can tend to lift that chin quite high up in the air. He stands up quite tall. The weight goes to the heels a bit. And that's where he got caught at the end of the first round. That's where he got caught there. Pulling back with his chin up in the air, basically. That's the problem. Right hand there from Teodorescu, and I think he feels that if he gets on top of Pajic, forces him to back up, then that will expose that flaw. Leading off with the left uppercut there, Teodorescu. Turns southpaw, seems full of confidence. Pajic just tying him up a little bit. The referee was having a close look at that. I think he realised it. So having trapped the forearm, the trailing arm, he let it go. Nice uppercut on the inside. Straight left hand there from Teodorescu, who's dominating here in round 2. Pajic just doesn't really have an answer for this at the moment. I think that battery has been worn down. He's a strong fighter, Teodorescu. He looks quite basic, but there's a bit more science applied to this than there might appear to be. Right at the start of the fight, good left hand followed by right again. Thudding punches, solid punches, hurtful punches landing at the end of the round there, and 10-9s across the board. And that was the only way he could score that round, so he's got a clear advantage with 4 out of the 5 judges. As I was saying, Teodorescu at the start of the fight looked to jump on Pajic. It was all a bit kind of caveman, if you know what I mean. There wasn't too much technique involved in it, but since then that was a tactic at the start of the fight, I think, just to really get the attention and try and score an instant win. Since then, he's shown a bit more craft. He does look to try and move that head, but he's got some heavy hands, I would say. So third and final round. Angelo Teodorescu of Romania, European schoolboy silver medalist, Junior Nations Cup winner. He's in the blue. Mateo Pejic of Croatia. He's won a silver in European competition as well. He's in the red, but he's up against it. 2 points down on 4 out of 5 cards. Turning southpaw Teodorescu. Fairly quiet first minute of round 3 by the standards of this fight. Switches back orthodox. Some good head movement on the inside. He did catch a couple there, Teodorescu, but he's just trying to rock and roll from side to side, find some angles. Just looking for room for that left hand. Trying to shrug Pejic off and then throw that left up the centre. Final few seconds. And Angelo Teodorescu of Romania will be the man who goes through to the light heavyweight final out of these two. Good fight to watch. Pejic played a good part in it, but Teodorescu is going to get the win. Teodorescu gets it, takes that final round as well, so it was 30 points to 27 with 4 out of 5 judges, so 3 rounds to 0, 2 rounds to 1 with the other judge, and Teodorescu makes it through to the final in relatively comfortable fashion, where he will face the winner of our second light heavyweight semi-final between Rasul Gadziev of Russia and Vladislav Palivoda of Ukraine. So another Russia-Ukraine battle. Russia have won both of the two that we've had so far. Igor Koloskov at light bantam beating YEHOR KIRYLIUS, and then at light middle Mokadam Mokauri getting past Maxim Naumov. Gadziev, Russell Gadziev making his way to the red corner. He beat Ilya Yurchenkos of Latvia by unanimous decision in the quarterfinals. He's a two-time Russian national champion. And here comes Palivoda, bronze medalist at European Juniors last year. He beat David Simonyan of Armenia 3-1, the other one drawn in his quarter-final. As I say, another clash between Russia and Ukraine. We've had two already today, and both of them have gone the way of Russia. So touch of the gloves and the final fight of this evening session, final fight of the day in Ring B. We've had some good semi-finals today. And let's hope we get another good one here to finish things off with. So Gadziev of Russia in the red, Palivoda of Ukraine in the blue. Two orthodox styles possessed by these two. Looking for a right hand there, Gadziev. Palivoda, though, just sliding away across the ropes. He was loading up on it, Gadziev. He's looking for something big here early on, I think, the Russian. That's what he wants. Palivoda just taking the sting out of that 1-2, riding it quite nicely. Good left to the body there from Gadziev. Could hear that one land. Again, just looking to try and set up that right hand. He hasn't managed to land it yet, Gadziev. He's been bristling with intent in this round, into the final 30 seconds. Oozing aggression. But Palivoda has managed to stay away from anything big quite comfortably until then. He just walked in. Again, I've said this a few times today, standing up straight, chin up in the air a bit, and walked straight onto a right hand. Took it well, but walked straight onto a right hand. Good finish to the round here from Gadziev. Gadziev gets it 10-9 across the board. He was the more aggressive of the two. It looks to me like Palivoda has got the skills to cope with the attacks that Gadziev is throwing his way, but he just needs to do more than that to win the rounds. To get a round win. Staying out of major trouble isn't enough. So into round two. Gadziev taking that opening round. He's in the red, boxing for Russia. Vladislav Palivoda of Ukraine in the blue. Gadziev again just kicks off round 2 in exactly the same fashion that he boxed the entirety of round 1. He's looking to land, and he's looking to land heavy. Just leaning on Palivoda there, walking him into the ropes. Again, just committing to everything he throws there. Gadzhiev, a couple of left hands to the body. Lost the balance really. Weight coming forward, but just went with it. Went for another left hand. Reaching for that right again. He landed it right at the end of that opening round, Gadzhiev. He just doesn't quite get his feet close enough. That's the problem he's got with it. Shortened it right up there because they were at much closer range, and that was a better punch for that reason. He wants to give himself room because he feels that that's the way that he can get the most power into it, but he doesn't get the feet close enough, and in the end he ends up trying to force it a bit and kind of chase it in. So one more round to go, and the second round was fairly similar to the first, although we do have some split scoring. There was a point deduction in there as well, so that's very much clear water for Gadzhiev. He's 3 points ahead on 4 of the 5 cards, 1 point ahead on the other one. A Latvian judge giving that second round to Vladislav Palivoda. So Gadzhiev has got almost both feet into the final, where he'll be up against Angelo Teodorescu, and that will be an interesting fight because you've got two aggressive come forward fighters there. Stylistically they are very similar. Teodorescu and Gadzhiev very, very similar. So third and final round. Gadzhiev well clear. Boxing for Russia in the red. The heads just cracked together on the inside there. Palivoda for Ukraine in the blue, and it's going to be 3-0 Russia in terms of these Russia-Ukraine battles that we've had in Ring B in the evening session by the end of this, unless Palivoda can uncork some kind of magical knockout. No knockdown called by the referee into the final minute. Southpaw here from Gadzhiev right towards the end. Point being taken, another point being taken from Palivoda there for holding. So Gadzhiev, in terms of the scores at the end of this, is really going to coast through. There'll be wide margins. Looking for that right hand right up until the very end there, Gadzhiev. And he is going through to the final, where he'll be in that intriguing matchup with Angelo Teodorescu. great engine there from the Russian, because he fought that at a very high tempo all the way through, and Pavlovoda just couldn't really live with it. That was what it came down to. He couldn't really live with it. He couldn't match it. He never looked in huge trouble, but he just couldn't stay with him. And with a couple of point deductions, we are going to see a wide win here for Gadzhiev. To conclude our action in Ring B. So through he goes, Gadzhiev, and scores of 30 points to 25, which is 3 rounds to 0. Add on the 2 point deductions of 4 of the judges, and 29-26, which is 2 rounds to 1. And then you add on the 2 point deductions. As clear as it can really be. So that concludes the action on semi-finals day in Ring B. Hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. Fights have come thick and fast, starting 6 hours ago now. Had half an hour break in the middle. It's been good stuff. So do join us in a couple of days' time on Sunday for the finals. 13 weights for the male fighters, 13 weights for the female fighters. Gold medals on offer.